Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Friday, June 19th. I'm going to be continuing to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of my Persona A Day series. That's where I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time, as it lines up with the real calendar. I like to start off by going over what we did yesterday, to make sure we're all coming into today with the same information. Then we'll get into today's gameplay and see where that takes us. After that, we'll stop back here at the desk, summarize what we did, and see what other sort of meanings we can apply to the day, to the week, and the playthrough as a broader whole. For any of you watching on YouTube, I will have timestamps in the description in case you want to jump ahead to a specific section. Also, please be aware that this is a full playthrough of the game, so we will be encountering spoilers. Alright then, so let's take a look back first to what we did yesterday on Thursday, June 18th. Before school, I received a text from Elizabeth, who informed me that someone was lured by the shadows and wandered into Tartarus, and is now lost. This is something we haven't seen before. We kind of encountered that by needing to rescue Fuuka Yamagishi from Tartarus when she ended up in there, but this is the first time we've had somebody else in there now. So we know that that is something that can happen going forward. And Elizabeth told us that some level of urgency is required. Obviously no one wants to be lost in Tartarus with shadows around, let alone someone who can't defend themselves. So we had until the full moon to safely rescue whoever is lost. That left a little bit of time, but it was definitely one of those things to not wait too long on. After that, it led to a fairly standard day of school. The only thing of note, I overheard a couple students talking about the school itself and wondering why a large corporation like the Kirijo Group, that has its hands in so many different aspects of business, would fund a cutting-edge, high-tech new school like Gekkoukan. There was rumor and speculation as to why that was, but nobody's really sure. But with things like that, you know people like to talk and wonder. But like I said, it was a fairly standard school day and very quickly ended up at the after-school hour. I joined the art club the day prior and decided it would have been good to actually attend the very first meeting after joining, so that's what I did. And it looked like a lot of fun. The club and I were there just sketching and having a good time. Fuuka was there, so it was nice to see her outside of the dorm, outside of Tartarus, just to kind of see some of her fun activities. So we had a good time there. Time just flew by, and soon enough the meeting came to an end. And as we were leaving, Fuuka mentioned that she had a headache. And the club president, Keisuke Hiraga, overheard that, and he was, to some extent, concerned. He asked her for specifics on, where in the head it hurt. Was it the front? Was it the back? What kind of pain was it? He really went into a full diagnostic mode to try to understand what she was dealing with. And I overheard another student talking that this is apparently a common thing with him. He comes from a family with a medical background, and he very much seems concerned about the well-being of those around him, and is able to leverage that medical knowledge to that end. So he went into a full analysis of what was bothering Fuuka. Thankfully, it was nothing more than a stress headache. And so he gave her an idea of just, get home, get some rest sort of thing. But it was nice to see the care he has for those around him. He seemed like such a laid-back guy the first time we met him, but he stepped up when he thought something was wrong and seemed like someone you can also rely on. So seeing that other side of him, we got a little bit closer, and that increased the social link rank to rank 2. So it was a fun day and a day to get to know the club president. A good use of the afternoon. And so in the evening, heeding the call from Elizabeth, the team and I decided to head back to Tartarus again. That would have marked our 4th trip this week, so we've been very busy in Tartarus ever since the new area opened up. But we didn't want to leave the person lost in the tower any longer than they already had been. Thankfully, between Elizabeth's direction and Fuuka's searching abilities, we were able to narrow down the search window. We've explored 69 floors of the tower so far, so that would have been quite an undertaking to try to canvass all of those in one night. But they were able to narrow down a range that ended up being on floor 50 after all was said and done. So that gave us a good direction to head towards, and thankfully we were able to find the lost person, dazed and confused, but otherwise unharmed, and we got them rescued. We had some time left in the dark hour as well, so it was kind of the other side of a benefit of already being there and getting to train the team a little bit more, gain some experience and some levels, learn how our combat fits together, understand our theurgy gauges a little bit more, and just practice those sides of the combat things. We've still got a couple weeks until the next full moon, when we think the next shadow attack, incident, what have you, might happen. But it's nice to just be able to prepare now and to try to stay ahead of the curve on all that. So as the dark hour was expiring, we felt good with our training. We felt really good about being able to rescue the missing person. We took them to the hospital to make sure that they got checked out and were safe, and the rest of us headed back to the dorm then. So it was a good feeling of accomplishment for the evening, both in what we were able to do rescuing and the progress we made as far as combat goes. It led to a good restful night, to rest up for Friday, and to finish the weekdays strong. That brings us into Friday. I will get us over to the game and see what we can get up to today. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll hope it can stay that way for us. But we'll be right there. Okay. So here we are. This is where we left off at the end of yesterday, Thursday the 18th. We were just leaving Tartarus to head back to the dorm.
Oh, hello.
And we could have kept going. None of us were overly tired or anything like that, but the dark hour being only an hour, that was all the time we had time for, so it was time to call it quits. And so then here we are on Friday the 19th, caught up to the real calendar, and we'll see where the day goes.
Oh, hello.
Good to see Fuuka before school. Good morning, Shima-kun. It's a beautiful day, is it not? How are you faring today? I'm doing well, how are you? It does seem kind of formal, but it's also one of those things, if I'm talking to somebody and it's, if I'm sounding, overly formal or something like that, there's a good chance I'm probably nervous, and so having somebody point that out to me is probably just going to get me further analyzing myself. So I don't really want to do that to her, so I'm just going to respond as she was kind of hoping I would, and just say not bad. Because if it's a beautiful day and Fuuka's talking to me, it's absolutely not bad. That's wonderful news. So, sorry for being so awkward. I've never had the chance to chat with someone on the way to school, so I got nervous. Yeah. But I think I'm getting used to life in the dorm. That is good to hear. I know especially Yukari was worried about that, but we all are. Wanted to make sure things are working out well for Fuuka. So it's encouraging to hear that. And nice that I can participate in that and be someone to talk to on the way to school. Plus, I'm pretty excited about everything we can do there.
Say.
I'd love to try caring for some plants up on the roof. Anything really, when I have the time. That does sound like a lot of fun. I'll try to see if Fuuka's available and maybe we can do something sooner or later. Nice to talk to her before school, too. Looks like we made it through our classes, unscathed, survived all of whatever topics we were covering. Nothing needed to be drawn to our attention, so just another nice, busy but productive school day. Classes ended for today. So here we are again. I got our phone full of messages again. Right on the top here, I'm seeing Miyamoto, and I've been remembering wanting to get back to the track team sooner or later. So, without considering any other options and seeing the first one so far, the track team has been calling my name for a while. Them and the old couple, both. So, we'll keep those options open. Miyamoto says, "Let's run. Come on, let's go. You'd best pick up the pace." I really should. It has been a little too long since I've been to track practice. I don't want to let the team down. We went to student council earlier in the week, so not that that's a reason not to go today, but there's a student council meeting today. No need to respond to me. Just come to the student council room. That's all. Kenji, I want to get back to him and see how his special lessons went with Miss Kano. Sup? Let's hang after school if you're free. Hagakure ramen. It's good for your skin. We'll let you in on a secret. Our ramen is really good for your skin. The collagen that our dishes contain is sure to make you stunning. Our tender pork is a friend of beautiful skin. Make yourself shine by eating at Hagakure. And Chagall Quality Coffee. How are you doing this lovely afternoon? Chagall is open for business today. Our cafe's most popular item, Pheromone Coffee, is guaranteed to increase your ability to captivate the hearts of everyone around you. We look forward to your visit. A lot of good options already right off the bat here. Like I say, the track team is still probably ahead of the race and everything else for me, but we'll keep our eyes open and see. Most people went with the social link side of things. Miyamoto, Odagiri, Bebe, and Tomochika. I do want to see Bebe again as well. It's been a little while there. Yeah, let's just take a walk through the school, see if anybody has anything they want to say. Kind of our usual, but you gotta have the usual. That's kind of the fun of it. Oh, I see Fuuka down there. No, I have to talk to Fuuka. But I have to check the roof. I say as I run the other direction. No, I want to check out the roof here because I've talked about how I haven't been making good rounds up here, just seeing. Not that there's been much to see, but I don't want to keep falling into that assumption and miss something interesting. But yeah, seeing Fuuka down there does make me want to talk to her as well. We've got some students talking as well. She does have a social link card above her head, which could potentially be a use of our afternoon. So that being the case, I might stop a couple other places before talking to Fuuka just to not forward our evening or our afternoon right to evening. I might talk to a few more people in school and work my way back here. I was really thinking about the track team today, but if Fuuka wants to spend some time together, I would love to do that, so... Let's overhear some conversations first, though. My friend said that this guy disappeared from a town nearby. He might be a victim of that revenge website. That's interesting to hear about again. We heard a couple students talking about that the other day. Oh, a revenge website, huh? Wait, what's that? That sounds super bad. This game is really good about seeding little bits of information here and there, too, so I always like to kind of key in when it talks about stuff like that and just keep that in the back of my head for stuff going forward. Doesn't always pay off into anything, but oftentimes I found if it takes the time to say something, it has a reason to be telling me that. Keisuke. Oh. Hello there, Shima-kun. We don't have any club activities today, so what brings you here? Just wanted to talk, wanted to say hi. Whenever I look around the school, I always see a few students who look unwell. Hopefully they're just lacking sleep, but there's a chance they could actually be sick, too. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to get carried away. Just keep an eye on your health as well, okay? We saw that side of him after club activities yesterday. He does definitely seem to have an eye, not only for art, but for the medical side of things and people's well-being. So nice to see a complex character like him. A lot of people with some new things to say today. We got a waiting student here. I'm waiting for my boyfriend. I heard from my friend that there's this freaky website that's really taking off. I'm gonna ask my boyfriend about it, because he's good with computers. Got a different icon at the Polonia Mall here. Have to make my way there as well. A lot of things to see and do around here today. I think this is the movie critic, or the snobby movie fan? Snobby movie critic. You know how in movies you see bodyguards with tattoos on their arms and you know they're badass? Well, I saw a guy like that in town. His arm was just completely covered in tattoos. He wasn't built like a bodyguard, though. He was rail thin. Plus, he wasn't wearing a shirt. Really stuck out from the crowd. Yeah, that would kind of stand out. It's playing today. Thy name is now showing. Looking at the titles is as close as I've come to watching a movie thus far, but it's going to happen one of these days. I did pick up a new sprout from the store the other day, some sort of onion, so I've got that to plant next time I'm able to harvest anything at the planter boxes. Hello, weak cat. Mew. And the delinquents have something new to say as well. My buddy says these three weirdos come here a lot, but I haven't seen them yet. I couldn't give a crap about them. As long as they don't start any shit, they're cool with me. Yeah, fair enough. If everybody keeps out of his way, he's not going to go looking for trouble, so there you have it. It's kind of nice to see the almost storyline, advance with all these people. They've got their own lives and their own things going on, but just keeping tabs on all of it. What is going on at Polonia Mall right now? There's Suimitsu. Have to spend more time with him as well. We only spent one afternoon with him thus far. What's going on at Game Parade today? We got House of the Deceased and Real Wheel Racer. They both sound fun, but not what I'm looking for this afternoon. Okay, a Jack Frost doll is available in the Crane game. I need to win 2 more of these for Elizabeth, and for the last 2 days it's been Ganesha Banks available. I've got enough yen to give it a few tries. I know I could just play until I win, but let's just give it a regular try first and see what happens. The crane grabbed nothing but air. wonder how many plays it would be until I win a prize. I need to win 2 more anyway, so I guess I do want to play until I win, but let's see, we're at 78,409 right now. What happens if I play till I win a prize? Should I play until I win or run out of money? I really hope I win before I run out of money here. I could play one by one, but I won't make you guys watch me play potentially dozens of times to try to win a prize here. Okay, well, that was 5 tries. That's not terrible. I obtained a Jack Frost doll. How many times did I play? 5. Cost me 1,000 yen. The fun thing there is I need 1 more to complete the request. I mean, it's available today. I've got the money. I may as well play 1 more time, or as many more times as it takes me to win a prize here. Fingers crossed. I remember the very first time I played the crane game. I just played it once, and I won a Jack Frost doll. I was 1 for 1 at the very beginning of this series. That average has come down significantly since then, but for a while there, I was perfect. Oh, nice. I obtained a Jack Frost doll. And it just took me 1 more time. I'm happy with that. The pharmacist has a sale tomorrow, so if I'm doing any shopping, it'll be tomorrow, but I'll still stop in and say hi. Always reminding us that it's getting hot. Like we're probably all not aware of that already if we look outside, or step outside, or even just inside where it's hot. Anyway, though, pharmacist, I want to thank you for your support. I'm not here for anything today, but just hope you're having a good day.
You got everything you need?
I do, thank you.
Thanks.
Same with Officer Kurosawa. There's nothing I'm here to buy. I do have some stuff to sell, though, so I can offload some of that.
Here.
Oh, you're here. Take this envelope. Oh, it's something that missing schoolgirl brought as a reward to the one who found her. There was a lot about the case that stymied us on the force, so I figure you guys were involved. Okay. A skill card. Recarm, very nice. The missing person's family sent a thank you letter. Take this, too. Letter of thanks.
Good to see you.
I don't have that much, but, okay. So he's still got gear to sell us. We're caught up on our gear there, so I don't need to buy anything, but I am here to sell.
What'd you bring? Wanna sell in bulk?
Oh, didn't really feel like I found that many things, but another 10,000 worth.
All right, I'll take that.
Very nice. Officer Kurosawa, thank you for the support. Thank you for keeping us all safe, and I hope you're having a good day.
All done here?
I am.
Come back soon.
Kind of wonder what that letter of thanks will do for me. A thank you letter regarding the rescue of a missing person. And maybe that's just one of those cool things that we've got now because we rescued the person. Get some new tags off there. But very considerate, too, for the family to write a thank you letter to whoever rescued them. A very cool thing. Elizabeth, I've probably got a few things here. That's right. That was what the mark was. Elizabeth wants to go somewhere. I'd totally forgotten about that. Until I see her here and we start talking. She wanted to go see... I actually don't remember what she wanted to go see, but today seems like a great day to take her out somewhere. I'm getting pulled in a lot of different directions than I planned today. Well, I guess let's start with the request I completed.
Here are my requests.
I've got those Jack Frost dolls.
Wonderful.
It seems you completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. That physical manifestation of Jack Frost. Yes, no doubt, it is a Jack Frost doll. I am greatly fond of Jack Frost. May I touch it?
Marvelous.
Oh my, so soft. To be honest, I was conflicted over what sort of Jack Frost request to make. I also considered asking you to nurture him until he reaches level 99, but I'm glad I chose to make this request in the end since I've gotten such a cute doll out of it. I'm glad she made that request as well. Level 99 sounds like... I'm sure. I wonder how many people actually have raised a Jack Frost to level 99. That would be kind of cool to see. I don't plan necessarily to be one of those people, but who knows?
I'm looking forward to it.
That said, I would still love to see Jack Frost at his strongest one day. Please take this as your reward. 3 more Twilight fragments. Okay, it was Iwatodai Station. I was thinking that might have been her request, but I didn't want to assume incorrectly. But yeah, let's take that trip to Iwatodai. My,
I've been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for you to ask. Shall we be on our way? Right off the bat, I was going to say, it's interesting to see how she sees our world.
Flowing stairs that pose an obstacle to those who dare to reach another floor. So, this is an escalator.
I said it the last time we took a trip too. It's that exact fun way to see our everyday world for things that we just take as mundane parts of the world. She sees this as an obstacle to those who try to reach, higher. It's like, she's not seeing the ones that are going up. She sees this as a deterrent, to overcome, to earn whatever's at the top. And, that's her take on what an escalator is. It's not exactly correct, but it's cool to see it interpreted that way, and it's technically a way to look at it.
A simple contraption at first glance, but one false step will leave one mired in an exhausting ordeal.
True.
To all customers, for your own safety and the safety of others, please do not move in the opposite direction of the escalators. Thank you.
That is a good mention as well. That is the reality side of things too. Don't actually, do that with escalators and things. Between being unsafe and being in people's way, obviously we know not to do that in the real world. But it's interesting to see it portrayed this way in a fictional game.
Oh my. It seems that these customers may come to harm. We'd best exercise caution ourselves.
Exactly.
And what is this? Please watch your step. There is a pitfall just ahead.
That's true, that perpetual construction project. We've seen it, we've talked about it before. But we also, that's kind of interesting. I talked about it at one point because it's been around for so long that things like that almost become second nature, and you stop seeing them as a danger because it's like, oh yeah, that's been an open hole in the ground for 2 months now, so, since I moved into the dorm. So you stop seeing it as a dangerous thing and more just an everyday normal giant hole in the ground. It's still just as dangerous as it's ever been, but you kind of start to let your guard down because you always see it. So it could be almost easy to not see that consciously anymore, but I guess I have to ask where it is.
Why, it's right over here.
Yeah.
There, in the center of this fenced-off area. It's marked with eye-catching signs proclaiming in bold print, "Do not enter."
I like how she's almost like talking to me now. It's like, you didn't see this? These bold, eye-catching signs proclaiming "Do not enter"?
Humans are frequently drawn to what has been forbidden.
That's an interesting point as well. Almost like it's a challenge to them. What do you mean, do not enter? Why can't I enter? I'm going to enter now because you told me not to.
This is a crafty snare, one that defies the common notion that pitfalls must be hidden.
True. Yeah, it is one of those things where if something is called out as unsafe, you almost let your guard down because you know it's unsafe. It's not one of those, like, I need to be on the lookout for this. It's like, I was told to look out for this, so I don't need to worry about it because the sign is doing all the worrying for me. If that makes any sense. Maybe it doesn't. The more I say it out loud, the more I feel like I'm talking in circles. So, maybe it's one of those things that made sense in my head, but doesn't translate well to talking it out.
Flowing stairways, pitfalls employing high-level psychological tactics. Human authorities truly go to great lengths in their quest to preserve the town's law and order.
That's an interesting thought, too, that this is all to preserve order.
I'm very moved by their dedication to the cause. Let us carry on. Our thoughts with the unsung heroes who give their love and lives to this town.
Okay.
Oh, this tantalizing fragrance. Can it be?
I like that thought, too, as we're approaching the various fast food places. We've got Wild Duck and Hagakure and Wakatsu Kitchen and the takoyaki place around the corner there. Umiushi Beef Bowl way up near the third floor. It would just be that mingling, all these different food smells coming together here. She seems to be really keen. Oh, okay.
Whoa!
You can figure out our secret ingredient with just a whiff?
She wanted to go over here to Octopia.
I guess you got a funky sense of smell to go with your funky sense of style, lady.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
Well, there ain't a law saying takoyaki shops can't cook other stuff besides octopus. So, how about it? Wanna buy some? I swear my takoyaki's so good it'll make your jaw drop.
Cuisine so scrumptious that one's jaw can drop off?
Her literal way to take that.
I imagine that would warrant urgent medical care, realistically speaking. But I would very much like a taste. Unfortunately, this is all I have on me at the moment. I do hope this is sufficient.
I wonder what she's paying with. Kind of hard to answer here. I mean, I'm not sure either one's really that bad. She would probably like a lot of these. She seems to like to collect things in quantity, but she also doesn't really have the concept of how our currency works necessarily. But I don't really want to talk down to her and just tell her, oh yeah, you're trying to pay too much. So maybe I could reason with her and say, oh, you know, if you're spending that much, this is how many you're going to be getting.
I have yet to see someone who has actually lost their jaw.
True.
That must mean that the ordinary citizen cannot easily afford these.
Again, cool logic.
Oh, upon closer inspection, a single serving is only 400 yen. Oh, well then, 2 orders of your finest takoyaki, please.
Thanks. Here you go. And come again.
Kind of feels like another one of those times where, since I'm the one leading this tour, it would have been good for me to step up and buy for the both of us, but this did give her the experience of interacting with the shopkeeper and making the purchase herself, so maybe there was more fun to be had in that way.
This distinct texture, the firm, chewy skin, there's no doubt about it. I must say, I'm surprised to see this used as a cooking ingredient.
I was going to say it looked good, but her description leaves a bit to be desired. There's definitely that curious part of me that wants to ask about what, but she was interested about what effect it would have on her jaw, so maybe I'll play into that fun side for her. You know, how's your jaw?
It has yet to even unhinge.
She says almost disappointedly.
But for the better, I suppose. There are many other delicacies I must try.
True.
It wouldn't do to lose my jaw before sampling each and every one of them. There appear to be several dining establishments around here. We must simply visit all of them.
There is that temptation at times too, when it's hard to make up your mind and everything looks and smells amazing, or that you haven't tried certain things that you've wanted to try.
My first priority is to go to something called a net cafe, where one may use something called a soda fountain.
That's always fun too. See what sort of unique concoction you can make.
This apparatus allows for an infinite combination of flavors by mixing various solutions.
That's one of the best things about them.
Just thinking about it gives me a sort of electric tingle across my tongue. I see. My. Oh, how intriguing.
Sounds like she's having fun so far. Looked like it was hard for me to keep up, though.
We appear to have exhausted every dining option in this area. Oh dear, is something the matter? Now that I think about it, you haven't eaten much since our 7th meal.
7th meal. Well, this kind of changes the way I'm going to look at the rest of the day. I was wondering about, potentially getting food in the evening, but after at least 7 meals, maybe I won't need that this evening.
In any event, I must thank you for your delightful company. I shall certainly savor this experience.
I'm glad she enjoyed it.
Don't mind. I'd very much appreciate it if you were to escort me again sometime.
Gladly. It's been a lot of fun. I returned to the Velvet Room with Elizabeth. And it's always kind of cool that those encounters don't actually take any time. It seems like that should be one of those, like anything else, social link side of things, even though she's not a social link, that would actually move time forward. Thank you for earlier. Now then, how may I be of assistance?
Are you accepting a request?
I'd like to report our afternoon together.
Let's hear the results.
It seems you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. Very formal to go over something we literally just experienced together. Thank you for showing me around Iwatodai Station. The fascinating rides, the dangerous traps, and of course, the cornucopia of curious cuisine.
Marvelous.
The way people went about their lives there was quite different from those we saw previously at Polonia Mall. So that I might not forget what we saw, I'd like to recreate some of the dishes we sampled. First, I must hunt for ingredients. This will be so much fun. Please, take this as your reward. Book of the Ancients. Sounds interesting. With the acquisition of the Book of the Ancients, you can now fuse Thoth, the one who measures time. Alright, we're really narrowing down the list of objectives here. These all kind of happen over time, fusing 50 persona, opening 200 treasures, defeating 600 shadows.
Have you gotten used to battling with a persona?
And the Big Eater challenge at Wild Duck. I've attempted that the last 2 weekends to no actual success. I mean, I made a little bit more progress the previous weekend than the one before it, but still not enough to actually complete it. But one of these weekends, I'm sure I'll come together and figure it out. Who knows what this weekend might have in store. Could be another time to attempt it. Probably hard to think about food right now after 7 meals, but maybe today's practice will be what I need to overcome the challenge this weekend.
Very well, then.
Well, I was gonna double back to the school and talk to Fuuka to see if she wants to spend some time together. This is not a social link I've established, so I don't know that I even really need a persona, need a specific persona for that. So I guess I can still stop in and say hi to Igor while we're here. I've been in Tartarus, like I said earlier, 4 times already this week, so it might not be the place I end up again tonight. Don't want to overplan ahead, but we'll see if some other opportunities present
Welcome
themselves.
to the Velvet Room.
Igor, Elizabeth, just wanted to check in and say hi. Elizabeth, I had a lot of fun this afternoon. And Igor, I hope you're doing well. Hope Friday's treating you as perfectly as it can, and it starts us off on a good weekend. I just hope you're having a great day.
We look forward to your next visit.
I guess I could have taken a look to see what I would have needed to fuse Thoth there, but I'm not looking to make anything new right now. I've got a good variety of persona on hand. So that was a fun use of our afternoon so far. We've already been to Iwatodai Station Strip Mall and saw all the sights in good detail, so I'll stop at the shrine just to take a couple breathers like I like to do. And go back to the tree because, of course, I like the tree. It's a huge tree. It is definitely that. Nice twilight sky, bit of nature. Good place to take a few deep breaths. All right. Everybody nice and calm? All right. Well, let's continue our day then. Just nice to have that little bit of break from the busy nature of it all and see actual nature. While we're around, I can take a look out in the courtyard and see if anybody's got anything new to say out there. Maybe I can learn a little bit more about that persimmon tree, so I've got more details for the elderly couple when I get there. But those stairs should take us back upstairs to where Fuuka was. No new information, just the same friendly student here. Persimmon tree was going to be cut down. Or is going to be cut down. What a waste. I so wanted to try its fruit. I really, really do need to get back to the elderly couple. Seeing Fuuka in the hall, though, I really do want to spend time with her as well. And then there's the track team, and Bebe here. There's a lot of things pulling me in a lot of directions. A good problem to have, I suppose. Better to have too many options than not enough. But seeing Fuuka here, and talking to her this morning about how she wants to spend more time. I want to do that too. Fuuka, how you doing today? Oh, Shima-kun, are you on your way home? Yep, see ya. I could say that, but it would be fun to walk back together. She enjoyed walking to school together, so maybe she'd want to walk home together.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to do some research. I'm actually learning how to cook, and I'm still just experimenting. I don't think I could make anything edible at this point, and I don't want to waste your time. Not a waste of my time. I'm not sure how much of a cook I am either, so maybe we could learn together. If I volunteer to help her, I might regret it. That's true of taking any chance with anybody, but... No, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Ah. So I am actually still lacking. I don't have enough courage to risk it. Well, just like I had the goal of getting more charm, and I'm still working on that, now I've got a specific reason to work on my courage as well. My courage would need to be badass first. That sounds like I've got a ways to go from... What was I, determined? Yeah, determined sounds good. Apparently it's not enough yet, though. Well, I guess I won't be spending time with Fuuka today like I thought. But she's given me something to work on. The track team was the other one I was talking about today, Miyamoto, yeah. Do I have a chariot persona? I do, I've got Mithras. I think that will make me feel good about being a member of the track team and actually being a responsible member that attends practice. So I'm gonna try to spend time with him today then. It was nice to get that information about Fuuka though, and to know something else I have to work on. And let's take a look at Miyamoto. It's been a while since we've seen any advancement in the Chariot social link storyline. The last couple practices I attended were just regular practices. Miyamoto was looking good, so that was encouraging. But he had been taken to the hospital. His mom wanted him to get checked out because his leg had been bugging him, and he was waiting for test results, which I would like to think would probably have been in by now, since it's been at least a week, probably a little longer since we spent any time together. But, test results can take a lot of time, so I don't really want to just assume that, oh, it's been a while, they're surely ready by now. But that was my recollection of where we left off, so let's compare with what the game tells us. Yeah, Miyamoto skipped practice to get a proper examination of his knee at the hospital. He asked me to keep the reason a secret. And I've been true to that word so far. But let's spend the afternoon together.
Hey there.
Hey, Shima. You can head to practice? If you are, just go without me. I'll catch up with you later. Miyamoto is acting strangely. I mean, I say that is unusual. He is acting strangely. I've got Mithras, so we might get a little closer. Well, seeing that, I definitely want to spend time with him today. He doesn't normally behave like that. I mean, you saw his text about how excited he was, so to be a little more aloof like that stands out. And I spend time with the track team. Gotcha. See you in a bit. Let everyone else know that too, would you? I'm not skipping or anything.
Last one! Go for it!
Looks like we're doing well. Looks like they kept running and I'm either finished ahead of time or I've just given up my own laps. But I don't see Miyamoto today either. I started on my way back to the dorm after practice.
Whoa!
That's not good.
Man, I keep running into you at the weirdest times.
This one seems a bit more obvious to me. I mean, I don't see Miyamoto ever ditching practice. He seems so dedicated, and he wants to be there probably more than anybody. There's the big All-Japan track meet that he's preparing for, and he says any day he's not there, he's losing ground to people who are training, so he wouldn't ditch practice. I don't know why my other assumption is that he's back from the hospital, but we do know that he was there waiting for test results, so maybe he did get some word about that and wanted to go in for the results. So I'm going to assume that was the case and not that he was ditching, because I don't believe that to be the case. Back from the hospital?
You remembered what we talked about last time. Nothing gets past you, eh?
Still seems kind of weird that he's, down on the ground clutching his knee like that, and I'm just casually standing there like nothing's wrong. And hopefully nothing is wrong, but seems very casual.
So, yeah. I just got back from the hospital.
Okay.
They had the results from my last exam.
He's really building up the drama for me here.
And well, You gotta be kidding! Why can't I stand up?
Well, that kind of speaks volumes of what the test results might show. All right, this one also kind of jumps out at me as one more obvious answer to me, as take my shoulder. I really don't think he would want me to carry him, and he's told me to keep this a secret, so going to get help also doesn't seem like something he would want. So, he's relying on me to keep the secret. Maybe he can rely on me to help him stand up here. And I'm right here, too, so running off to try to get help, it might not be a wrong answer, but I'm here now, I want to try to help him now, so take my shoulder.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Funny, huh? All from just crouching down to tie my shoes. Good thing you were around. If it were anyone else, the rest of the team would have found out.
True. It seems like this is one of those things that's going to come to light sooner or later if bending down to tie your shoes can do this. It's not my place to say or to judge, but it has crossed my mind.
Thanks, man. I'm really grateful to have you as a friend.
Well, likewise. You're a good motivator. I mean, as dedicated as he is to the craft, we saw a time spending just some free time together with him. He's training constantly, whether he's on the track or not. Watching what he was eating to specifically manage muscle development and weight and all that. It's like, track is everything to him. So as a member of the team, what better person to look up to than someone like Miyamoto? Miyamoto seems to really appreciate me. I feel like we're becoming closer. Very nice. So that is rank 5 with the track team. The Chariot Arcana and Kazushi Miyamoto. I still...
All right. I'm gonna go train by myself.
I mean, as I say, I still have a fair number of concerns considering what I did see today. It's nice that we're getting closer socially and man-to-man, but that leg being in the state it is doesn't sound good. I hope I'm worrying about things unduly, but as his friend, I'm all the more concerned. But he's his own man.
Even if practice is over, can't skip out on training. Big meet's not that far off.
Do your best. I know your limits, but do your best.
You're heading home, right? Then we'll train together next time. Take it easy.
There was a part of me that thinks maybe I should stick around and help him out, but there's also that other side of me that thinks he doesn't want that. He wants to go out and do his training. He doesn't want to feel like he's being coddled or anything. It's like, oh yeah, let me be there to help you. Even if I have good intentions, I don't want to kind of throw him in that situation. So I'll take the hint and I will wish him well and I'll get out of his way. I parted ways with Miyamoto and went back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
Sup, dude? Sorry, dude. I'm running to the store real quick. Okay. Nothing to apologize for. Doesn't need my permission. Nice to know where he's going. I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to put this bag away because I've been carrying it all day. I think that might be the game's way of Junpei telling me he's not available to go to Tartarus tonight. But we'll get that bag stored away. Last few nights I haven't had any messages. Just a couple ads tonight. Hagakure ramen, a limited menu today. Today is our special menu day. We only have a limited quantity, so get yours before they run out. First come, first served. Our tender pork is a friend of beautiful skin. Make yourself shine by eating at Hagakure. And Games Parade. Come play our popular crane game and try to win a prize. Then stick around and hop into one of our many immersive video games. There's great fun to be had, whether you're alone or with friends. We can't wait to see you. It would be nice to go to Hagakure, or any of the food establishments really, but considering how much I ate in the afternoon hour with Elizabeth, that seems a little less enticing potentially. A scant few people went to Tartarus tonight. 4% of people spent time with a social link I haven't met yet, and everybody else went daily life. Floors explored is 63, and average level is 26, so I'm still a little ahead on the average floors. We got to 69 in the next barrier floor. But average level-wise, I'm still a little bit behind, so there'll be more Tartarus trips. We've got 18 days till the full moon. So we're still looking okay for now. I don't want to just let it go too long and regret it later, but I've got a little bit of wiggle room here to play with. Let's head downstairs, though, and stop in here, get cleaned up. It's been a busy day. See what I can think about. Probably the onions I planted up on the roof. Oh, it was tomatoes. Yeah, that's right. I bought the onions, but I haven't planted them yet. 6:26. And seeing that, it's also going to, part of the routine I'm trying to get myself in so I don't miss it again is I'm going to stop in the kitchen. I know I can't use the refrigerator today, but I want to try to just come here and remember that it exists so that I don't miss out on the next refrigerator clearing date. I can't fit the taiyaki in yet, but after the 30th there might be space. Yukari's looking to do something over here. Nobody else has much to say. I think that Junpei's probably out tonight. Yeah. Well, that actually works. Like I say, we've been to Tartarus 4 times already this week. I rescued the person who was missing, so there's nothing calling me back there tonight that needs my attention right away. Let's see what's on TV. Rain festivals long ago. Especially this year when forecasters are expecting little rain, the festival is called for. Interesting to have old events like that come from traditional cultures of the area and just see them still in effect in the current world and appreciated in a new way. Okay. Looking at the daily life here, I wonder if Yukari wants to cook something based on people spending their time. That could be fun. We'll step out, though, and just see what else is around town before I dive right into that. I want to work on my charm, but I also want to work on my courage. Can't remember what game was at Game Parade. It felt like a long time ago we were there. Hey, it's Junpei. How you doing?
Hey.
You know I use two-handed swords, right? Someday I'm gonna find it. The legendary sword. I don't want to be dismissive and say there's no need. I do want to wish him luck, but there's also that part of me that's like, a legendary sword? I'd like something like that too, so if he finds one, maybe he'll find a one-handed sword as well. So yeah, I'm going to play into that. I'd love a legendary sword just as much as he would. Find me one too. Sure thing. Let's hope we can each find one. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm not going to downplay that. That'd be sweet. House of the Deceased, that would work on my courage. It has been a while since I've been to Game Parade. That would be fun. Spending some time with Yukari sounds pretty nice as well. If I'm working on that courage, that would potentially allow me to spend more time with Fuuka after school, which sounds really nice. Although I don't even know, what level, for all I know, the badass level of courage is, it's beyond level 4. So it could be a ways to, level 4. So they're all level 3 right now. And I have talked to as well about how it is good to get closer to the team outside of Tartarus, so having a very clear opportunity to do that tonight in the way of cooking, that could be a fun way to get to know more about Yukari. The thought of a Friday night at the arcade, though. I mean, I know my character is a gamer, and I know he enjoys stuff like that. It has been a really long time since I've done anything but just walk around in there and see the sights. It is a courage game, so that would be in line with one of my current goals. Maybe I'll check out Iwatodai Station Mall, but right now I'm leaning towards the arcade. Nothing against Yukari and spending time together, but building some more courage sounds pretty nice, too. It's that hard back and forth decision in my head because I see the value in both choices. It's hard to pick one over the other. I could also stop in Club Escapade. I didn't pop in there while I was over there. Not much to see here, although I do want to take a look at the Net Cafe as well, because one of these days I think they'll have more for me to purchase. I don't know when that day will be. The day's not today, though, so. Just kind of that fact-finding, knowing I'm not missing anything over here. There is the guy that sells the strange forum links in Club Escapade as well. I haven't paid him a visit in a handful of days. And with all this talk about an interesting internet revenge website, maybe he'll know something more about that. A couple people around the school were talking about that, so I don't want to let that slip too far out of my mind. Just to come enjoy Club Escapade, there's always some fun to be had there.
Go have a look for yourself.
Yeah, you're a curious one, aren't you? Well, go ahead and take a look. Yeah, just the Iwatodai forum note. Which wouldn't be bad to check one of these days, kind of like this is the same logic of going through the Net Cafe and finishing off all the stuff there. But there's just so many other things that I still feel are a bit more of a priority for me. Still nice and quiet up here. Don't want to bother the couple, so I'll be on my way. Yep, I'm thinking Game Parade sounds like a lot of fun. It's been a while. There's a game I want to play. I've got the money to do it. Everything is really just pulling me here right now, so that's where I'm going to spend the evening. It's a Friday night, so we still do have school in the morning, but to have that break to do something fun after 4 nights spent in Tartarus, it's kind of just one of those, he needs a break. He wants to do something fun. Not that spending time with Yukari wouldn't be fun. That sounds like a great opportunity too, but as a gamer, it's just like, oh man, it's been a long time since I've had a chance to do anything, and I'm really starting to miss it. So this will just kind of fill that need. House of the Deceased, a horror game with terrifying zombies, raises courage. Let's do it. Sounds like fun. Well, actually for me, I'm not really a fan of that sort of game, but in that setting it doesn't look as bad. I played the horror game House of the Deceased. I fearlessly stood my ground against an oncoming horde of zombies. A couple more points there, not enough to level us up. Wasn't that many weeks ago that I last leveled up though, so it's going to take some time, like all things. But nice to take those steps to make that progress. Okay. Looks like that is the end of Friday. So let's head back to the desk and talk about it. We'll be right there. Okay, so here we are back at the desk. That is the end of Friday, June 19th, and it was another good day. Felt like I did a lot of different things, which was exactly what I was hoping for the day. It was a fairly standard school day. Got to walk to school with Fuuka. She seemed a little nervous about that, which I was probably just as nervous in that situation. But it was nice to get a chance to do that, and that she seemed to be happy to do so as well. Just nice to see more of the team in different roles like that. It was another normal school day. Nothing specifically called our attention. Made it to the afternoon and heard some people talking about various online rumors and things about a revenge website. So that's, like I've been saying all day, something to keep in mind. We stopped by Officer Kurosawa, and he had received a reward from the person we rescued yesterday. So that got us a skill card and a thank you note. Very nice stuff to get. The big thing for the afternoon, one of a couple big things actually, was having a chance to spend some time with Elizabeth. She wanted to see the Iwatodai Station area, and so we were able to go over there together. She enjoyed seeing the escalator and thought that it was some sort of trick to overcome to get to the destination you were trying to reach, only for the station announcement to come overhead and say, please don't go against the direction of the escalators. And then we got to see the perpetual construction site with the warning signs all around it, and she thought that was some ingenious pitfall design. It was really cool to see her different take on our world for the things I take as commonplace that she assigns totally different meaning to. And then we crossed the street and headed over to the mall proper, and that was where we were bombarded with the different sights and scents of all the different food places. We started off, we were over at Octopia and wanted their special menu item, and she had more money than was actually necessary for it, but she had to try it, and it looked really good. But then she wanted to try every other food establishment there as well. So being the good host, tour guide, whatever, I went along, and it looked quite overwhelming. I was kind of holding my gut by the end of that. She seemed unfazed by it and loved every bit of the food, but she said, oh, you weren't looking too good after our 7th meal, which kind of stands to reason. But we ate apparently every different restaurant there. I obviously wasn't hungry for anything else for the day. But with that, she was excited and had a lot of fun, and we made our way back to the Velvet Room. And she just talked about what a great day it was, and how she experienced so many new recipes and new sights. And She wants to do her own ingredient search now to try to replicate some of the food she had today and try it out in the Velvet Room. This seemed like she had a lot of fun, and we got to see things in a way that I wouldn't have, and just enjoy that time together. So I really had fun with that. And she gave me an ancient book, or Book of the Ancients, or something to that effect, that allows me to fuse a new persona. So that'll be something fun to look forward to as well. But yeah, that was just a lot of fun for the afternoon. And it didn't even take the whole afternoon, because I still had time to make my way back to school. I saw Fuuka and was thinking that we might be able to spend some time together, but apparently I'm not courageous enough for that yet, so I've got something else to work on for my own social skills. But that did open up the afternoon then to attend track practice. It had been feeling like a while since I'd been there, so I wanted to make time with the team. Practice looked like it went well. I was in good form. The team was looking good. But Miyamoto didn't make it to practice. So after practice, I was leaving the school, and I found him by the shoe lockers. He was on the ground trying to tie his shoe, and his knee was bugging him. And I'd asked him if he was coming back from the hospital, and he was glad that I'd remembered about that and that I hadn't told anybody. As he was about to talk about the results, he realized he wasn't even able to get up off the ground. His leg was bothering him so much. So I was able to help him up. He was glad that I was there and that I did keep things quiet from the rest of the team because he still doesn't want to worry them. And we never did hear specifics of what the outcome of those tests were, but I was able to kind of infer based on the challenges I saw depicted today that they might not have been the best results. He still wanted to go do some training on his own, and I understood that he probably didn't want me to get in the way, so we parted ways there. I just hope things go well for him. I'm concerned, but hopefully he just does what's responsible and what's best. But it was good to make that connection. We got a little bit closer, increased the rank of the Chariot Arcana, so that was encouraging. And that took us to the evening, so I got back to the dorm. Junpei was just headed out to the store, so he wasn't going to be able to go to Tartarus, but I wasn't looking to go back anyway. We rescued the missing person the other day, and I've been there a handful of times already this week, so I'm pretty good for the moment on where we are. So that opened up the evening to try to see what to do. I had the option to do some cooking with Yukari, which I really seriously considered. I do want to do that eventually. But I also wanted to kind of just take a break and do something fun with the night. Eating any food was kind of off the table because I ate quite a lot in the afternoon. Didn't figure that was anything that I wanted to eat any more of today. But the arcade games parade, our character is a gamer. He likes that, and it's been a while since I've done anything but walk through there. So it seemed like the perfect night to get to a Friday evening, go to the arcade, enjoy the sights and the lights and the activity, and just play some fun games. It's been a while since I've taken the time to do that, and this kind of just seemed like the right time for it. So that was how I decided to spend the evening, playing House of the Deceased, a zombie shooter game. Got to raise my courage, which is in line with trying to build up that courage to spend time with Fuuka. So it was that good mix of something I want to work on, plus something fun, plus something I had time for and money for. It was just, it felt like the right way to spend the evening. And looking back on it, I am happy with that choice. But with that, I got back to the dorm at a reasonable hour then, get to rest up for Saturday, our last day of school for the week, and hopefully set us off onto some good fun free time. But that was how Friday, June 19th ended. It was a really productive day. It was much more the social side of things and getting to know people, but I love days like that in this game, and hope you enjoyed it as well. With that, that is the end of the day. I want to thank you so much for joining me for it. My name is Tom Shima. I stream this Persona a Day series live every day on Twitch at 12:30 Eastern Time. I've got that schedule up on my channel to convert into your local time as well if that's easier. So if it ever works out for you to be here live, I would love to have you. I also understand everybody's busy with their own obligations and things, so I upload each day's playthrough to YouTube. I've got a playlist going there in case you want to catch up on the current day or any other day. Just whatever works best at your own pace, at your own schedule, that's why those are there. But either way, I hope you have a wonderful Friday, June 19th. Hope the week is ending off on a good note, that you're overcoming the stuff you needed to get done, and it takes us into just the most fun weekend we can have. I've been Tom Shima. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again. Goodbye.